Congratulations, your frame is fully built and it's time for the last major step. If you're using 2 layers of plastic, make sure the roll labeled infrared is installed as the bottom layer. If you're using a separate roll-up side fabric, make sure these are installed before putting on the top plastic. A word of caution, wind is your biggest enemy during this process. Even a gentle breeze can cause problems, so choose a calm day for this task. It's best to work when it's sunny and warm, as this allows the plastic to stretch during installation, resulting in a tighter covering that will last longer. Try to avoid installing the plastic when it's colder than 50 degrees Fahrenheit. For this job, you'll need a team of at least 7 people. 1 person at each peak of the greenhouse, 2 people managing the roll of plastic, 2 people walking the plastic down the sides, 1 person helping from inside the greenhouse. To begin, set up ladders at the peak of each end wall. Place pieces of wiggle wire at each end wall and along both sides of the greenhouse. You'll need 1 piece for each bow.
Take your roll of plastic and feed a pipe through it. Set it on a pair of sawhorses about 20 feet from the end of the tunnel. Position the roll so that when it unrolls, the folds are on top. This will help the plastic unfold naturally down the sides of the greenhouse. Some plastic may have "this side down" printed on it. Pay attention to this if present.
Have 1 person inside the greenhouse with a padded pole or piece of extrusion. They'll help guide the plastic down the ridge. Position 2 people at the roll to help it unroll smoothly. They should provide slack so that the people at the peak and corners aren't doing the actual unrolling. Have 1 person climb a ladder positioned at the peak with the middle edge of the plastic. This person will ensure the plastic moves smoothly over the peak. 2 other people should take the corners of the plastic and start walking it out and around the end of the greenhouse. If you have more helpers, they can assist along the sides as the corner people move down the house. As you're pulling the plastic over the greenhouse, go slowly and keep communicating as a team. If you feel any resistance, stop pulling immediately and find out where the plastic is caught. Always free any snags before continuing to avoid tears. Once the plastic is fully unrolled and settled on top of the greenhouse, send someone up the ladder at the opposite end from where you started. Working together, square the plastic to the structure. Use the creases and any lettering on the plastic as a guide.
When everyone agrees the plastic is straight and tight, the 2 people at the peaks can pull the plastic tight and secure it with a piece of wiggle wire across the top of each bow.
With others pulling the plastic tight from the ground, each person on a ladder should work their way down the end wall hoop with the wiggle wire. Keep pulling the plastic tight down the length of the tunnel throughout this process. If you're adding a second layer of plastic, temporarily secure the first piece along the end bows with just a few pieces of wiggle wire. Install your inflation blower motor in 1 corner and then pull the second piece of plastic over the structure just like you did with the first. You don't need to get this layer as tight as the first. Fully secure both pieces of plastic into the end bow wire lock channel with wiggle wire. Once the plastic is fully secured to the end bows, work your way down each double wire lock hipboard with wiggle wire, starting at one end.
If you're using the same piece of plastic for roll-up sides, use the lower track of the double wire lock base. If you have woven solar side or other sidewall accessories, use the upper track for the top plastic. Work in teams of 2, with 1 person pulling the plastic tight down toward the ground, while the other installs the wiggle wire.
Trim any excess plastic, leaving about 6 inches hanging over either end bow.